Two of the most successful bounty hunters in history.
Everybody in the business should defend themselves and should have the ability to tell people that, hey, don't get silly.
In a high-stakes game of cat and mouse.
Do not get aggressive with me. David. He's running. He's running.
Finding people who don't want to be found.
That's why they ran right when we pulled up. Let me see your hands. Come out here.
And doing whatever it takes to get their man.
First thing that goes through my mind probably is, hope I don't have to kill somebody on the other side.
Keep your hands up. Get up against that wall.
It doesn't matter where a person runs when we're chasing them. We're gonna find them wherever.
Leonard Padilla and Robert Dick are two of the most successful bounty hunters in the nation today.
You take a top bounty hunter in this country and let him work until he can absolutely not get a new lead, not find the individual. Give me that file, give me 72 hours, I'll get your results. That's the difference.
Today, Leonard and Rob face the responsibility of locating and arresting two wanted fugitives, representing a total of $77,000 in liability to the bond agents who bailed them out of jail. Team members Art Battle and Steve McGee prepare to get started on the first file of the day.
Ready to rock and roll.
Stephen Osment missed court over 2 months ago and is on the run from justice. Osment has multiple felony charges, including assault with a deadly weapon and battery. His bail is $37,000. Rob briefs the team.
Assault, deadly weapon, and battery. 21 years old, 413.85. 5'7", 175, brown over brown.
When someone is arrested, provided it's not a capital offense, they generally have the right to bail out of jail. The most common way is to hire a bail bondsman. If the defendant misses a court date, they become a wanted person. The bail bondsman hires bounty hunters to find and arrest the individual. Bounty hunters are not associated with law enforcement. Nonetheless, they have the right to follow wanted people across state lines, break and enter their homes, and arrest them at any time. The team drives to the fugitive's last known address in Marysville, 40 miles north of home base in Sacramento.
I don't know about his past history or anything. I mean, the charges are pretty severe. So, I mean, he may not want to go. He may do what he can to stay out.
The team pulls over a few blocks away from the fugitive's home. As they watch the house, Leonard calls the number listed on the bail application and poses as a prospective employer.
The thing about scamming somebody that a lot of people that watch the shows and things of that nature say, well, you know, isn't that illegal? Isn't that against the law? Isn't this that? If you will listen to some of the scams that I portray myself in or some of the stories that I tell, they're so close to reality that they're not anything other than the guy's wishful mind creating his desire to believe what he's hearing. The law enforcement people that are sworn officers to, you know, and all that, officers of the state, the county, they've got a different set of rules. I don't. I'm a bounty hunter. I'm not employed by the state, not employed by the government. I don't have those rules that tie me up. Absolutely not. Hello. Yeah, Stephen? Bill Terry, you were looking for work last week or 2 weeks ago? I'm cutting some firewood up towards Nevada City. I got to get some information from you. Is there anywhere I can mail you a formal application so you can fill it out and sign it and get it back to me? What is it? Okay, so I'll get that off in the mail to you today, and we'll be starting on the 15th. Have you ever worked a chainsaw before?
The man on the phone claiming to be Stephen gave an address just around the corner from the address on the application. But Rob is certain that the phone number Leonard called rings at the address on the application.
Nah, that number rings there. That's 742.
Okay, well, he's getting an address 1 block down and 2 blocks over.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
I think he just threw out an address where he's not at right now. Oh, just hit this one?
The plan is set. Rob and crew member Kevin Gazinos approach the front door. Leonard waits out front, and Steve and Art make their way around the back on either side of the house. Rob notices a woman waiting in a car in front of the house.
This place on the app?
Is he running? Is he running? He's running. He's running.
Steve saw someone run out of the back of the house.
Go, 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 go.
Right out the back.
What's your name?
I just had a car chase.
You just had a car chasing you.
There's some Mexicans in it. I
Huh.
was gonna get my ass whipped.
Where'd you run from?
From right down here on this side road. I don't know the name of it.
Although the man's ID confirms he's not the fugitive, Rob is suspicious of his story claiming he was running because of a separate incident. He calls Steve to help ID him as the man Steve saw running.
Steve, is this the guy you saw running? No. Okay. Have a nice day. Sorry. What do you look like? Which way did you go?
He had a hat on, red shirt.
As Rob drives back by Osmond's house, a neighbor flags him down.
Huh? Did he just go back in there? Okay, he's back in the house. We gotta get in the back of this house right now. He just come back through the front door? Well, no, but we had somebody run out the back. Yeah, an older guy? That's gonna be Dad. Okay, now Dad's here at the house. I think he's probably gone from here.
The car that was parked in front of Osmond's house with a woman inside is gone. Rob worries that the woman was Osmond's girlfriend and that she picked him up and is now long gone.
Girlfriend has probably picked him up. She was on foot when we were over there jamming that one dude, and now she's gone in the car. She's come back and got her car.
Rob spots her car driving blocks away from Osmond's house. Interestingly enough, the man Rob ID'd earlier is in the car.
What's that? Why don't you step out for a minute? Turn around, put your hands behind your back. You got any weapons or anything? Okay, why'd you run out of that house? Why'd you run out of that house?
Run out of what house?
The house right over there.
Run out of that house.
Okay, well, why is she sitting in front of it?
That's what she thought I was.
It's about Steven, right?
Yeah.
He's got warrants, okay?
Does he?
Yeah.
Well,
That's all it's about.
Steven hasn't been at his house for quite some time, dude.
Really?
Yeah. And his dad ain't gonna lie about it. His dad doesn't want him around there because of it.
Yeah, but why'd you go taking off then?
I didn't go taking off from there, man. I just come running off of this road right here. My wife went over there to look for me.
To look
I
for
haven't
you?
been over there since yesterday. I have no reason to lie.
Well, that's what I'm just trying to figure out. I don't get it because she's out front waiting for somebody. Somebody runs out the back. You're saying it's not him that
Well,
was in
the
the
guy
back.
that said that you seen somebody run, he said it wasn't me, so obviously it was not me that ran out of the backyard. Right?
Well, no, he's not 100% sure. He said the guy's wearing shorts. That ran.
Shorts. Well, he'd see my tattoos and see my white hat and see my ponytail before he'd see me.
Here's my thing. If it was you, who gives a We're
But
talking about
if it
Steven.
was
That's
me,
what I'm
I'll
saying.
tell you.
Right, that's what I'm
Straight up.
saying. Be straight up with me.
I
don't
am
care
being
about all
straight
this
up.
other
Kevin runs a check on the man for warrants.
Are you on probation or parole?
Nope.
Nothing?
Summary from you,
Right.
County.
The warrant check comes up clean, but Rob is still very suspicious.
You understand my coincidence here?
I do.
I got a guy chasing
Totally.
through the thing, and here you come running around the corner.
It's a coincidental
it's a
thing. I don't know, but
I'm just trying to figure out if someone ran out of that house and it wasn't you.
then where in the did he go?
Exactly.
Rob asks the man whether he was the one that answered Leonard's scam call.
All right. Hey, did you take a phone call?
Yeah, I did take a phone call.
That was you then, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So you came out of the house then?
Huh? I didn't come out of that house.
You didn't?
If I did, he would have had my description.
He does have your description. He's just off by the shirt. He says gray shorts, hat.
Rob is convinced that the man's story isn't 100% true. He drives back to the house to meet up with the rest of the team.
All right.
All right. Yeah, we're good.
You do. He played it off. He played it off as he was Steven for a job. Have you been in the house, Leonard? He won't cop to it, but I'm sure it was him that came out of the house.
He copped to the fact that he played himself off as Steve for the job. He says he hasn't been around, he's friends with the dad, on and on. But if we haven't talked to the dad or been in that house, we need to go in there. I mean, even if you go down this driveway or something.
Rob drops Art off to make sure that the back is covered.
Contact and see what's going on. Yep. They're in there. That means he's probably in there. Because, yeah, they moved the dog from here inside.
The picture starts to become clearer.
You guys were in the... You know what it is? Kevin. I know what it is. Fran, because he was in there. Fran, he's in there. The dog from the front's in the thing, is inside now. Unless he left while we were all gone. Okay, now it makes sense. Fran from the house, so we chased. So Steven's in there.
The crew is convinced that the man ran as a decoy, and Steven is inside the house and has been all along. They're now determined to get inside.
Steven, open the door. We're coming in either way, so open the door.
No one answers the front door. Rob and Kevin go around back.
The main reason I want you out front is because I got a feeling when we start to make entry, he's gonna pop that front door and run. So I want you out front to take him.
With the house covered on all sides, Rob and Kevin attempt to make entry.
Steven, we're coming in. You better come out.
Coming up, a game of hide and seek inside a fugitive's home.
Come out here. Come out here. You're on probation. Come out to where I can see your hands, partner.
Fugitive Steven Osmond is on the run from felony charges. The team believes he's inside the house.
We're coming in. You better come out.
The house is covered on all sides. Rob and Kevin make entry.
Kicking a door and going into a strange house is kind of like just walking into a lion's den in the zoo. At the second your foot hits that door and that door flies open, first thing that goes through my mind probably is, hope I don't have to kill somebody on the other side.
Steven, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Come out here.
This is my house. My kid don't live here.
Come out here. You're on probation.
I'm a lawyer. Matter of fact, right now.
Come out to where I can see your hands, partner.
Excuse me.
He's better.
What's up, buddy?
Sit right here, dude. Know what the it's all about.
Well, it's called come answer the door.
Oh, we got
I want one taser and one gun behind you.
Fredo guns in there. Ain't got nothing in here, man. Right here.
Where's Steve?
He ain't here.
Hi, honey. Sorry to make a mess. How come you guys don't answer the door?
Because I ain't gonna. Because I told you guys with me is why.
Well, you're already out of jail.
No, it's my kid. I don't know where my kid's at. I don't give a where he's at.
Well, tell me where he's at so we can be.
I have no idea.
Hey, look.
I don't.
Kevin calms the man down. Rob begins the search for Steven.
So that's why we're here.
Steven, if you're in here, come out. Let me see your hands.
He's had plenty of time to get in his hiding spot.
Meanwhile, Leonard, who has been waiting out front, grows frustrated.
Every time you come up here, Yuba City, Marysville, any of this area, it's just completely turned around. I mean, you know, why'd the other guy run out the back door if you ain't got no problems? Why is the dad sitting there not opening the door if he ain't got no problems?
Leonard wants to have a sit-down with Steven's father.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh my goodness.
He doesn't like dogs.
Dogs.
Listen.
Why don't you step out here for a second? Why would say that he let us away from the house so he could hide?
Well, I don't know if he said that or
Why
not.
would do that?
I don't know if he said that or what.
Well,
So, I mean, I don't think do that.
Rob and the rest of the crew continue the search, leaving no stone unturned.
You know, Leonard's talking to him, trying to break him down. You know, sometimes he gets lucky, sometimes those kind of guys will break down and give it up. Otherwise, it's just a steady line of BS, you know. My job now is just to go find him. You know, we're gonna overturn everything we can that a body can fit into and see if he's there.
Leonard's having trouble getting Stephen's father to talk.
His friend took out the back, which obviously pulled us off long enough for him to hide in here somewhere. Yeah, I'm not trying to play Old Western or stare down or anything like that. What I was trying to figure out was if the guy was still in the house. There was still doubt in my mind. Is there a hidden pantry? Is there a place up in the attic? Rob guaranteed me that him and Art had searched the house completely. Okay, I got to go with that. I'm not going to go back over and search it again. I got to have trust in these two guys that they know what they're doing. The dad now, he's got to know what's going on. But I couldn't get past the fact that, no, I don't know where he's at. He hasn't been here and all that. But, you know, it's like, you know he's lying, but it ain't going to do me no good to call him a liar.
Leonard turns up the heat.
It's a bail bond situation. I think you're even responsible on the bond.
You know?
I think you co-signed.
I don't think so. Maybe I go, yeah, maybe I did.
Yeah. What's your first name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a situation where, you know, if the bond, loss of the bond, which is what, 35 grand, took care of the case, that's one thing, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
The bond gets forfeited. The county collects 35 grand. Or they sell your house or whatever. Doesn't happen overnight, but it happens.
Right.
In the meantime, he gets caught. Now they have him and they have the house. There's no reason for any of that. It's just too simple to take care of. Now, obviously, you know, nobody wants to go to jail. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to tell you that he ain't going to jail, but he has to. I mean, it just gets all convoluted and you're sitting there and you're trying to come up with something and it's not a stare down. You're just saying, you're not even waiting for him to blink. You're just hoping he's going to get up and say, okay, I'll show you where he's at. He's over here in the pantry under that flour sack or something, you know. But it didn't happen.
Stephen is nowhere to be found and his father won't say a word. The team has to be absolutely sure that Stephen is not here before they can leave. Outside, Kevin uncovers a crawl space underneath the house.
Oh boy. Here, draw straws. You going in? You pull him out of there, I'll buy your pants. Actually, if you see him in there, let's go get the pepper ball gun and shoot it out and bring him come out. Hey, Kevin. Yeah. And the girl just came back around, almost stopped in front. You sure no place to hide? Nothing to hide behind? Anywhere in the corners?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. No place to hide either.
The team's frustration mounts. They have been searching the house for more than 2 hours. Rob makes a telling discovery.
Yeah, that's why they ran right when we pulled up. They saw us pull up, they started running right then.
There is a security camera mounted above the garage. Rob and Art head inside to locate the monitor. They find it in the garage along with a police scanner and all of the local police frequencies written down. Now the team is convinced that Stephen ran out the back with his friend when they first pulled up to the house.
Yeah, I hate searching a house for about 2 hours, searching every nook and cranny, any little door we can find, any little hiding space, and, you know, not finding him. So then that lingering question is still there. Did we miss him somehow? Is he still in there? Is he hunkered down even farther? You know, you just don't know. It just eats at you.
Next, in a battle of wits and deception, the bounty hunters try to close in on the fugitive.
Turn around. Get down on your knees.
After an exhaustive 2-hour search of the fugitive's house, the team heads to the address of the man who ran out of the back of the home when they first arrived. The man gave his home address as street number 1008 when Leonard called about the job. The team believes he has further information on Stephen's whereabouts.
Kevin's talking to the neighbor.
Unless this door on the end is a different house, I don't know. You got 1004, 1006. It looks like it's just a duplex.
After speaking with the neighbors, it appears that the address does not exist.
He just gave us a bum address, yeah.
I gotta think if he wasn't
He
in
lives
there somewhere.
He lives over here somewhere because remember.
Right, he was running back.
Yeah.
Or, like I say, if Steven was ahead of him,
Yeah.
he was just playing around, running around in circles there, so
Yeah.
we'd chase him.
On their way to eat, Leonard gets an idea.
I'm starved. I am starved. I am hungry.
CD belonging
And let's look for, just in case he gave us a half-truth. Okay, there's 11:02, 4, 6, 11:08. Tell Rob to turn around and come back here. Because what if the guy was saying 11:08 instead of 1008? There's a pickup and a red car there. The neighbor said something about an old junky pickup that was high off the ground.
The team wastes no time and moves in. The apartment manager opens the door.
Hey, come here, buddy. Come here, buddy.
Kevin and Art cover the back of the house.
Okay, dog's being taken out. Front door's open.
Steven? Anybody's in here? Let me see your hands. Turn around. Get down on your knees. Open the door and let them in. Anybody else in here, Steven? All right. You got any weapons on you? Nothing? Okay, hang tight right there. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, Steve, you got to get this thing taken care of. Get it behind you. Otherwise, you're just going to, hell, you've been messing with this thing for a while. How long
Go
now?
by. No, he wants to say goodbye to his dad. We're gonna go over there.
No, it'll just cause a problem.
No,
with
it
his
won't. No, it won't.
Your dad will come out there. He'll get all upset.
No, please, I just want to say goodbye. It's
Call
going to be
him.
a long time since I see my dad.
Call. What? You just left the house an hour ago.
I know, but it's going to be a long time till I see
No,
him.
you're not going to be a
I
long
just want to
time.
give him a hug and a kiss.
No, because your dad gets all upset. The last time he was at the police station, look what happened. He got arrested.
Please, sir.
No.
Steven tells the team that one of them ran right past him. The crew takes a moment to give Steve some grief.
You ran.
Where's he at?
He was first.
You ran right past him.
Following him.
You ran right past him.
I sure did.
Steve.
Hey, I saw it.
Steve.
That's twice.
That's twice.
That's twice. That's twice.
Okay, we got him. Let's get out of here. Now we can go. It's not that they make mistakes; they just give you half-truths, no matter what they're talking about or who they're talking about. You spend 3 hours on something, and you wrap it up in 15 seconds. It's the way it works. I mean, it's just totally uncanny. What we call luck in this business is closer to being fortuitous or falling into a situation that pans out. There's no such thing as pure luck in this business because you have to get to that point that you call luck. And you're only going to get there through persistence, through thinking, through working, and through imaginative effort. When you put all these pieces together, it's like, okay, he's got to be somewhere around here. And the pieces of the address that we had where he might be happened to be the apartment where he was.
On the way to jail, Rob lets Steven say goodbye to his father.
Hey, Dad, they got me. I'm in custody right now. I just wanted to call and tell you I love you.
Steven,
Yeah.
how'd you, what, just when we pulled up, that's when you took off?
I figured you guys were coming because of the phone call.
Oh, that was it. Why'd run, just to get out of there too? Help you?
Diversion.
Yeah. Worked pretty good.
It's all right, I was tired of running anyways.
You got away from the cops a couple times, didn't you? The same thing. Yeah, I can't tell you how many people that we've taken into custody, and when it's all said and done, they've said, thanks, now I can sleep. I'm tired of looking over my shoulder.
Not look over your shoulder every time now, but get some sleep.
Coming up, Rob and Art head to Nevada to locate the next fugitive.
What? Do not get aggressive with me. Then do not get aggressive with me.
Rob and Art make the 2-hour drive to Reno to assist fellow bounty hunter Doug Lewis in the capture of Gino Rivas. Rivas has 2 felony and 3 misdemeanor drug charges out of Washoe County, Nevada. They meet up with Doug and his wife Donna to arrest Rivas, who has been avoiding law enforcement for 2 months since missing his court date. The team moves in. The man that answered the door is not cooperating with the bounty hunters. He takes a firm stand at the door and will not let Doug inside the house.
So where's he at? Why, you guys got a warrant or something?
We have an arrest warrant for it, and we will take everybody to jail. That's the way we're doing it.
Where's the warrant?
Right here. That's the warrant. We're coming in right now. Partner,
Where's he at?
step out of the way, or I will cuff you and take you too.
Well, I want to see the warrant.
There is no warrant to show you. We have an
bail
arrest
skip.
warrant. Step out of the way.
Okay, listen.
Step
Listen.
out of the way, partner.
Listen up. He's a bail skip, okay?
Okay,
We don't need a warrant.
Oh, I mean,
Where's he at? What room's he in?
Where's it?
What room's he in?
he's not in any of those rooms.
Then where is he at?
Here,
I'm dealing with this guy. Hang on a minute.
I'll let the dog in.
Jill.
And I will start shooting you. Do what?
Sir.
Do what?
You, dude.
Do not get
I'm not the one
aggressive
that
with me.
skipped bail.
Then do not get aggressive with me,
I'm not
partner.
being aggressive. You're the one grabbing me by the
you're
throat.
standing in the way, and you're telling me you're gonna let some dogs in here. I will shoot dogs.
Shoot
You want
my
to stick your
dog.
dogs on me? I will shoot them. I guarantee you that.
This isn't even my house.
I don't really care, but you don't tell me you're going to go get your dogs
You
and
don't
turn them
grab
on
me
me.
by the throat, fool.
Partner,
Understand that?
I think you're gonna go to jail today. You got some ID? Break out some ID. Have a seat right here, partner. Take off, partner. No, let him go. Watch him. He said he was gonna stick dogs on him.
Back inside the house, the fugitive is not acting nearly as tough as his friend.
Okay, we've got him.
Doug makes it clear to Gino that if he acts like his friend acted, there will be consequences.
Okay, don't do anything stupid. He'll have to take you, okay?
Oh, no. I got two broken ankles, man. You know,
I'm just saying, be cool, okay?
Yeah.
All right. What, your buddy become track star?
Rob explains why he took the friend's threats so seriously.
He made a comment to me that he was gonna go get his dogs and turn them loose on us. We already knew that he had a bunch of big pit bulls. I mean, that's just like saying I'm gonna go get my gun and come back. I mean, it's still a threat. So we had a little talking to, and then I think with his warrants, he decided that there probably wasn't the place to be and took off running.
Doug says it's not unusual for people to try and deny entry into the home.
We operate under a slightly different set of rules than your local law enforcement agencies. If we have firsthand knowledge of the individuals in the house, we can force our way in without a warrant and do a search. And that's obviously a point of contention with some of these people because they've been brought up to believe that it takes a warrant to enter their home, which just goes to prove the old adage, be careful who you hide in your house.
Back at the bail office, Gino shares his side of the story before going to jail. He claims all of his problems have come about because of drugs.
That is the devil's seed. I mean, I was on it for about a month straight when I was running. It's no good for you at all.
Gino is, however, relieved about one thing.
I guess it's a good thing that I got caught now, because in that way I'll be able to see a doctor, I think. 'Cause I haven't seen a doctor for these yet. Because I was scared that, I'd go to the hospital and then I'd go right from there to jail, so I stayed off of it. Some people, they have the courage to go do what they gotta do, and then some people, they have that little devil sitting on the shoulder saying, no, you don't want to be sitting in jail. No, you don't want to, you know what I mean? It's a pain in the ass.
It's back to Sacramento and business as usual for Rob, Leonard, and the rest of the crew. An urgent call from a local bail bondsman comes in.
Now, just get it over here right away. Okay, we'll see you. Okay, Rob, we got a tweaker. Tweaker, Memorial Day weekend. She's got a bond out of Sacramento, one out of Auburn. Craig chased her all over town for a year. And then when he left Ace, that's one of the files he left. 10 days.
Paula Harper, aka Courtney Harper, aka Courtney Dickman, has outsmarted her pursuers for almost 6 months. She's running from multiple charges with a prior history of methamphetamine use. Bail bondsman Mark McLaughlin has exhausted all other resources. Now he is depending on Leonard and his team to bring the fugitive back to justice. Mark is quite aware of Leonard's prowess in the business and is confident that he will get the job done, even on short notice.
Leonard, with his reputation, with his contacts throughout the nation, throughout the world, and with his intelligence and determination on going after people, he's really, in my opinion, the best in the business.
Leonard receives a tip from an informant as to Courtney's whereabouts. He heads out to the house with Kevin to meet Rob.
Time is of the essence, and that's why, you know, we've kind of cleared some of the other stuff off the table so that we can deal with this one.
Courtney may prove to be a tough assignment because of her history of methamphetamine use.
We, in this industry, we have what we call tweaker houses, tweaker automobiles, tweaker this, tweaker that, because they create an aura of tweakerdom. It's a parallel universe. It's always out there and it's alongside everybody. But chasing tweakers is a really a day and night job, because these tweakers, they can wake up at 4 in the afternoon, go to bed at midnight, or they can wake up at midnight and stay awake till 8 in the morning. Tweakers have a way of living in this parallel universe that normal society would not believe. But it's out there. It's worse than the Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone starts and ends. Tweakerlum, it's always there. Well, should we knock on the door?
They arrive at the house.
Man, that's why I didn't recognize it, dear. They got a tweaker camera.
It appears no one is home. Kevin and Rob check the back.
There's no one in this room. It's just full of just junk piled up in no order at all, just thrown in here. Bicycle parts, vacuum cleaners, typical tweak stuff.
No one's home, but Leonard finds a potential clue in the garbage can. It's only a piece of paper with an address written down, but Leonard feels it may be connected to the fugitive.
It's the first time in those garbage cans I found anything with an address on it.
Coming up, Leonard and Rob feel the pressure of the one fugitive that might get away.
Yeah, at this point, we're just a little bit too far behind, I think.
With just days left to find fugitive Courtney Harper, the team needs a break in the case. Leonard is hoping that the address he found in the garbage can will be the answer. The team rolls to the address. The apartment manager tells Leonard that the tenant was recently evicted.
She's got 2 warrants.
Rob seems to be familiar with the woman.
Got evicted.
What's your name? I'll call you back. There you go. Bye. I got a whole file on her.
So you know who she is?
Yeah.
Why the f you got me running around out here asking names? I don't know why I bother some things. You guys know every low life in this town, and here I am looking for him. The old-fashioned way. Knocking on doors, putting up with managers' abuse.
The lead is a dead end. Sure enough, the woman knows Courtney, but hasn't seen her in months.
Thank you much. Bye-bye. These people live from high to high. Their whole adventure in life is, how do I get high today? How do I get high tonight? How do I stay high? Where do I go to get high? What do I have to steal? What do I have to sell in order to get high?
One of the things about chasing tweaks is that, I mean, you know, that's a good run for your money. I mean, if you're not tweaking, it's hard to stay up as long as they are. You know, I mean, they're going for 3 or 4 days at a time, just wide awake, bouncing from house to house, and you're just trying to keep up, you know.
Time's running out. The team has just 3 days to locate and arrest the elusive fugitive.
This came to us late in the game with only a few weeks to go, and now we're down to the last couple days.
Overnight, Leonard got a tip from a confidential informant that Courtney is now staying at a new house. Unfortunately, the informant could not recall the actual address of the house, but it is supposedly a yellow house across from a park, and Courtney is evidently driving a white van.
The girl we're looking for is now moved in with another older tweak over here off of Elkhorn and Thomas. Doesn't know the address, has given us directions to it. I think this is going to be the lead that we've been looking for. You know, she's been bouncing from relationship to relationship to relationship, and I mean, she's just feeding off these guys basically and just using them and staying with them, and it gives her a place to stay. So I think, hopefully, if she hasn't moved on already, this is going to be the final place that she's staying at.
Rob makes it to the area before Leonard and Kevin and gives them the lay of the land.
You see the RVs on your left? That's your first yellow house. That's not even across from the park, really. Now, past that, you got the blue one, then the white one. Now, if you consider that next white one yellow, and kind of off-white. Now, the next brown house has a yellow wall right there. Well, that's the weird part about it is none of these fit that.
There is no van, and none of the 4 houses across from the park are a direct match of the informant's description.
Well, you know, to a tweaker, a white house with brown trim might actually be a yellow house with red trim. A house that's 2 houses from the corner might actually be completely across the park from the tweaker's house. I mean, you really have a tough time because they see things in a different atmosphere, in a different universe. So it just depends on how much of it you have to base your thinking on. You have to be completely cautious about putting all your eggs in one basket on what a tweaker tells you.
They wait patiently for a van to arrive.
You know, our playing field, if you will, of trying to find this girl is shrinking, you know, and getting smaller and smaller. You know, we basically got it narrowed down to like 3 houses here. So now it's just a matter of waiting for the right car to show up to make that the right house.
Night falls and no van. Still unsure what house it is, the crew decides to call it for the night.
I don't know, I'm getting kind of concerned. I mean, she's bounced from guy to guy, and it's like really close. I mean, we're not really sure on which house it is. By now, she's probably moved on to the next guy. Yeah, at this point, we're just a little bit too far behind her, I think, but we're gonna catch up. We have to.
The next morning, Rob heads back to the neighborhood to meet up with Leonard, who has good news.
Yeah, it's next morning. We went back out there late last night. Found out which house it was. The van was there. It's a white, like Astra van. We're just gonna go over here and hit it. Fear is now is that she may have already moved on to the next guy since we didn't see her.
Rob calls Leonard, who is watching the house with Kevin.
Gal just left in that instance.
Older gal or what?
Yeah. Some guy came by with a lawnmower.
Who was answering the door?
Nobody. He went up and knocked on that door in the back by the garage.
That's what I'm afraid of. Nobody's gonna answer this door. He's through.
As Rob arrives, a light-colored van is in the driveway of the house. Rob sets up down the street just as a car pulls in the driveway.
She's not out yet. I was gonna block the van, but maybe you should.
The window's open.
The homeowner informs the crew that Courtney is inside sleeping. Leonard and Rob move in, and Kevin covers the back.
Catching people in bed's usually pretty safe. I mean, obviously, when they're first waking up, They don't know what's going on. They're not awake, so you might have a more chance of a fight. But if you can get them while they're still asleep, they really aren't prepared and don't know what's coming. Howdy. Follow. Get up. Get warrants. Yep.
Keep your hands where we can see them. Keep your hands up.
Okay.
Get up against that wall. Get your back against the wall.
You're all right. Close. Just keep your hands loose.
Just keep them where we can see them, okay? You got a name? Last name? We're not interested in you, you understand that?
Leonard tells Courtney she could have had all of this behind her by simply doing a couple of days in county jail.
She was about to cop the bonds for 40 grand. That's not fair.
Where's your pants?
I know you just woke up. They're in the washing machine and dryer. So.
Well, we can't wait on that. You got pajamas, and if you don't, we're out of here.
No, they're in the dryer.
She don't
Stand up for a minute.
They're gonna dress her down in here.
You got ID or anything? Huh? No ID?
Now, if the cops came here, you'd have a problem, you know. Keep your hands up.
What's this for?
It's that warrant Auburn that you got one lousy day left on.
1 day.
1 day, overnight. 1 day.
Wow, I didn't even know I had a day.
I know you don't. You don't bother to call. You don't bother to check in with Ace.
I didn't know I had a day.
You got them hanging out there for 40 grand.
For a day?
You got a day in Auburn and you got 3 days in Sacramento. Her and her boyfriend, dope all over. There's the boyfriend who's wanted out of God only knows where, Arizona, I think, and he's buffed out. He's just gotten out of prison. She's laying there in all of her naked splendor, and you can see the dope paraphernalia all around the bed, where they quit using it when they fell asleep. And there's no doubt in the morning, you know, regular people get up and have a glass of milk, glass of water, they're just gonna start puffing on that pipe again.
One's here,
Leave you alone.
one's under his foot.
About Arizona or anything.
Hey, what's happening? See, I get the detail. I gotta go stand on the dog in the backyard. These guys just walk in and tell her, come on, let's go.
As Rob drives Courtney to jail, Leonard reflects on a job well done.
It's just a job, I make money. You know, the payoff on her was 14 grand, 16,000, 40% of 40,000. I had 10 days in which to catch her. I caught her, I got paid. That's it. I have no feelings. Believe me, I'm not the guy who's gonna spend a half an hour in the backseat of a Explorer trying to talk her out of doing drugs. I'd die of old age, and she's still gonna be doing drugs. There's nothing gonna stop her. She's got that urge. She's gonna scratch that itch. Not my business. Excuse me. Hello.
Rob has a different take.
Part of the reason I talk to people on their way to jail is just as a calming effect, because at that point, you know, there's no sense in making it uncomfortable and fighting. I mean, the game's over. They know they're going to jail. You know, let's talk about the real issues, you know. Did you use last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dope takes over sometimes. Makes you think things that aren't really the way they are.
Yeah.
If I didn't do the dope, I would be a totally different person. I know that. I mean, I hate myself sometimes, really bad. It's sick, and I know that. And I know who I really was before, but I'm just nothing now. Yeah, going to work every day and having money in my pocket and have my own place, have my own car, and then now I have 2 bags because everything's gotten stolen, or you know, people just think they can come in and do, you know, take whatever they want of yours because they want it. And,
You know, it's not something that you chose to take care of, but now being forced to take care of it, maybe it'll help.
Yeah.
She's got a lot to say about how, you know, if she gets in the right program or makes the right decisions, she will, you know, make it for herself. But she explained to us on the way to the jail that, you know, last time it took 5 minutes when she's around her friends again to get right back in that world and get caught up.
Well, her whole lifestyle was ripping off one person to buy some dope, ripping off another person to buy some dope, ripping off anybody and everybody to buy some dope. I think at the time that we caught up with her, she was glad it was either us or law enforcement and not some of the people that were out to kill her for ripping them off. And in that area of an endeavor, you burn somebody for $100 of dope, you can get killed over that. $50 of dope will kill you. I mean, it's just a gratuitous death if they catch up with you.